Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Rob's Rig. Today we're out cruising around in the Jeep Wrangler. I just finished a mod, probably the previous video on the hood struts. And even something like that, I always like to go out and take a drive just to make sure nothing weird's happening. In this case, it would only be the hood. Maybe there's some flutter because it's not shutting tightly or something. Crazy, I know. And no, there is no problem. It's all worked out well. But there's three things about the new Jeep Wrangler that I wanted to get into a little bit with you guys, get your opinion. First of all, I've noticed a little bit of an issue, maybe a quirk, I don't know. But when I get in and go to push the button to start the Jeep, sometimes it doesn't start. And that's because I'm not pushing hard enough, even though I am making contact and pushing on the brake pedal. I have to give it an extra oomph, and it's more so than I've ever had to do on any vehicle. So I don't know if that's just part of the break-in period, maybe, you know, after a while it'll get a little bit looser, or if it's some sort of an adjustment, and maybe it's adjusted too severely or too tightly, and the sensor, and I'm sure it's a sensor, is not making contact or picking up until I push harder on that brake pedal, allowing the Wrangler to start. So if you've experienced this, leave a comment down below. Let me know. I'd be curious. Or is this something that maybe I need to have looked at, you know, at an oil change or something like that when I'm at the dealership? The next thing is the price. You know, I've been thinking about the cost as I see and I look, other Jeeps for sale and stuff, new Jeeps at dealer websites and things. I'm always checking that out to see what the stock is and whatnot. But this Wrangler sticker price was, I believe, about $55,000 or $56,000. Now that's crazy to me, right? $50-some thousand for a Jeep. But if you want to play, you're going to pay, right? That's what they cost new. Depending on the trim level you get, of course. And we all know they go even higher than that. You could spend probably $60,000, maybe $70,000 on a Jeep if you want to. But is it really worth it? I mean, are you getting what you paid for? And that's kind of dependent upon the buyer, I guess. I mean, what's it worth to have something that you want? What's it worth to have something that you enjoy driving, that you can take out maybe in areas that you normally wouldn't go to because you're driving a Honda Civic or something, right? I mean, you can't go out four-wheeling. I suppose you could, two-wheeling, one-wheeling in a Honda Civic, but you probably wouldn't get very far, right? So it kind of depends on that as well. And then for me, more so than, I guess, that I like the vehicle, and I really do, is the ability to modify it, change it, make it the way that I want, I guess. I mean, I enjoy doing that kind of stuff. It's fun for me. It's not really a hobby because I do this for a living, I mean, for the channel and stuff. But nonetheless, I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it. And I wouldn't pick the Jeep if it didn't allow me to do the things that I want to do, I guess. Or if there wasn't an availability of things that I can do. There are things, obviously, that are more involved that I frankly don't have the ability to do. It all depends on your skill level, of course. But the Jeep Wrangler, people have caught me. I keep saying Jeep Gladiator, so I apologize if I do that yet again. But you know what I mean. We're in a Jeep Wrangler four-door. But it's like an erector set, right? There's all kinds of things out there that you can do. Tons of bolt-on things for all different skill levels, really. I mean, some would say that replacing the front bumper is beyond their skill level. Me, I think it's pretty easy, and really it only involves 8 bolts and a connection. That's pretty much it. And you have to be able to lift the new bumper depending on what you put on. Of course, if you go with winches and things like that, it gets more involved with electrical things. But nonetheless, I think it provides almost like a hobby for me, something that's fun to do, even though it's not a hobby. Certainly, we don't buy them for fuel economy. I mean, mine, and people like to tell me that something's wrong with my Jeep. Mine's getting I'll give you the real number right now. Let me cycle through the screen here. 14.1 miles per gallon. Obviously, that's horrible. Why is it getting that kind of fuel economy? Well, there's a few reasons. One, the way that I drive. I'm probably on the gas pedal or the accelerator a little more than I should be because I like to go. I do have, and it came with, the bigger, heavier mud terrain tires. That does not help your fuel economy. And some of the mods and things that you put on. Obviously, the more you put on, the more you increase the weight. You have to haul that around, and it's going to eat into your fuel economy. It doesn't bother me, but nonetheless, you don't buy a Jeep because you're a fuel sipper, right? Lastly, number 3, we got to talk about these, the ducks. This is more of an alligator. I don't know. But the other day, my wife and I were somewhere, and we were parked there for several hours. We came out, and a restaurant, even the restaurants are getting into this now, they ducked us. We were ducked with that I just showed you, and a card promoting the Texas Roadhouse. I think it was a restaurant, if not. But anyway, even the restaurants and businesses now are getting into ducking Jeeps because there are so many Jeeps for advertising. I mean, they had to spend money on those ducks, whatever they cost, or alligators in this case, and the card or whatever that they had to print up to do it. So they're willing to spend money knowing that ducking Jeeps, I guess, or maybe it's broader than that. Maybe they put them, and I'm guessing they probably do now that I think about it, and it's not really a duck, but they put these things on vehicles, I would guess, no matter what they are, to advertise the restaurant, right? Makes sense. It's a cool little thing. But what I've been thinking about is, why do some people hate these things so much? I don't understand. To me, it's kind of a camaraderie amongst Jeep owners, right? I mean, the people that put them on, they have to take the time to do it. They have to spend the money to buy them. It's kind of a compliment to me when somebody ducks my Jeep, right? I don't have any big issue with it, but I'll tell you who does have a big issue with it: the Tacoma guys. You know, when you go into a Tacoma group or a forum or whatever, and Jeeps always come up because they're probably the next, I guess, biggest competitor, at least in the Tacoma world or the group. But they hate them. They even threaten people if they're thinking about putting some kind of a duck-like thing. In the Tacoma world, it's a taco, right? People have talked about, you know, having little cards that say something and then sticking a taco on your door handle. I think it's pretty cool. I don't have any big issue with it. And I would say that if it bothers you so much that you start to think about violence if somebody puts one on your vehicle, you probably need to talk to somebody. You probably have a problem, because how big of a deal is it, if you hate them, to take that thing off, take it home, and throw it in the garbage? Not a big deal, really. What do you think about that? What do you think of people ducking your Jeep? I'd be curious to know. Anyway, just a few things about the Jeep Wrangler that I've been thinking about. Not a big deal. Most of them, to me, again, especially the duck thing, it's kind of cool. I kind of dig it. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Don't forget, click that subscribe button if you haven't before, and we'll see you next time on the web. Bye.